I felt like it was the most important time of any of my life to be more authentic, to share the message the way that I intended to, and not hide anymore behind trying to be politically correct or stay in a box, if that makes sense. I started to read more of the Bible than I have. In the past, I read it daily. I do my Bible study daily. But for comfort during grief, I've drawn upon more, references to the Bible. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys is chapter 19, verse 21, which says, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." And so I say this to say that we can make as many plans as we want to. We could talk all day about how we're going to do X, Y, Z, but God is the person who's going to make the final decision on any of our plans. Even for me, having the aha moment that I had when I had it of how I was going to bridge the gap for my content, what I felt like I was missing. But I may have gained people who need me and my authenticity and my message during this time in their lives, right? For other people who are grieving or who are going through the lows of the lows, or need someone who they can relate to during this time. And I found it to be the aha moment that I'm telling you guys about, where it was time to really share my experience the way that I wanted to, and go into depth about the topics the way that I wanted to, and talk about the way I wanted and felt like I needed to capture the people that I felt like needed to hear it. That message is just about how sometimes we have struggles in our lives, or we have hardships or things that are painful to us, and we're able to help other people through it because it has already affected us, and God puts us in that place to do that. And so far through this journey, I've had other people who have experienced the significance of the loss I've experienced, that I have been able to talk to as well, or who are able to give me advice, and I feel like God is helping them, talk to me through their experience as well. And I didn't want to rob anybody of that, of passing it on. In the back of my mind or my head, I'm always thinking about how to pay it forward to other people. Support is the first word that pops up to mind, so I'll run with that. She just always encouraged me or made me feel like I could do anything. Part of the reason why I give it back to you guys, right? You guys might be in a season of doubt, or where you feel like nothing's working out, or it's not good enough, or there's no purpose of you even doing it. And she always made me feel like I could do anything, And I want you guys to feel like that. And granted, even with all that support and that love and motivation to do it, I didn't always feel like I'd be the person to get the job done. And so that's why you hear me talk a lot about failure and going back to the drawing board and trying and doing your best with things, because she would have told me to. And so that is my way of serving you guys, by giving it back to you today, giving you guys a little bit or a piece of something she shared with me. And that's really just feeling good about yourself every step of the journey. Like, I do something so small or insignificant, and she be like, "Ooh, that's good," exclamation point, in her text messages. And it wasn't even all that, but she would still be so excited about it. And I'm excited about you guys changing your lives. Whatever steps you take in your journey is something that really is interesting to me. That's why people always ask, well, why did you help this person? Why do you help these people? I said, because I'm always excited to see what people are going to do with the help. I'm always excited to see people take, what's given to them and use it to change their lives. So I'm glad she showed me that. This experience also told me to stop hiding from my purpose. And that's why I started everything off with the fear of being seen. I feel like, with me being this person's daughter, feeling like I was not good enough to do certain things. And with seeing her cheering me on with every little aspect of what I was doing, I realized I am valuable. I deserve to be seen. This person is happy for me. This person wants me to be out there and get out there. And so I did, and I will continue to do so. And I want you guys to do it too. Even if you don't have a person encouraging you or rooting for you that is your parent or sibling, etc., you have me. I'm always open and supportive of people reaching their goals. I always find it to be inspirational. Even if a person surpasses me, I think it's a great thing. I think I could learn from that. I could learn from your failures to your journey. We can learn from each other, you know. You can't run from the pain. I feel like the pain is unimaginable. There's nothing that I feel like is going to fix it except for me to go through the process. I don't want to distract myself from it. I don't want to be comforted away from it. I don't want to do anything that's going to obscure or ruin my healing process. I feel like the process is going to be the most important part for me to arrive on the other side as the person that I look to become. I don't want to lose myself in the process because I try to do it a way that was suiting to other people. I have to be very careful about this process. And so the days where it becomes unbearable or I'm in a lot of pain, I try not to run away from it. I have my moments and days where I try to binge watch TV or sleep or isolate or do things that probably aren't the best for me. But I try not to abuse any of the things too much. I try to mix it up. So a couple of days I don't want to go outside, don't want to walk. People say I should. I'm not. I don't want to. A couple of days I would. I'll force myself to get out and get some air because air is always good. There's days where I don't want to focus or do work, and I do watch hours and hours of TV, and that's great too. Sometimes I just need to relax. It's something that I rarely do. And so I'm doing it, you know, just taking my time during the process and not running from the pain. I think sometimes because we're so hurt, we think nobody else understands or gets it. We tend to shut people out because we feel like it's just us going through the experience. Allow them the ability to try to support you if they're willing to, right? My immediate response to the situation of my mother's passing was not to lean on anybody, was not to burden or put any extra responsibilities or obligations onto anybody or to affect their well-being in space. But it comes naturally, especially if you live with other people or you work around other people or you have to be, you know, anywhere where there are people. It's inevitable. You know, you can't really escape. The last time I lost someone, I lost 2 people in 1 week, and I worked and worked and worked the whole time. I took very little time off, and eventually it subsided, you know, the pain. And then I just feel like it came to revisit me one year, like really bad. And so I don't want to experience that again. And because this person, my mom, was so important to me, I'm not going to. It doesn't matter what time frame anybody puts me on. It doesn't matter what anybody says or thinks about any stages of the process that I am. I'm going to go through each stage as it happens to me and experience it fully in order to heal, you know. And healing is obviously not fully, but, you know, to recover from how I feel currently. We all have this like invisible number on our back, and we don't know when it's going to be our time to go. And so what are you doing with your time? You know, are you doing something significant? Are you happy? Are you using your time to do things that are bettering you? Are you feeling good about yourself? You know, because time is not unlimited to you. And I've always felt this way. And I think that's what made everything so scary for me, because it scared me that even though I knew my mom was sick for a very short time, my mom is somebody that has always been invincible to me, if that makes sense. And so anytime somebody dies that I love or care about, I immediately have this fear of who's next or when, because you don't know. And I realized that my mom was very fearless, and I feel like that is a lesson in itself, because I shouldn't be afraid. If I truly believe in God the way that I do, I won't be afraid. He is with me, and he will comfort me. He is with her as well. And so I try to remember that. And despite your season of being in your lowest of your low, keep in the back of your mind, you know, how you can recover from this situation and how you're going to make better use of your time when it's all over. You know, once you're feeling better and you're back on your creative path for your self-improvement journey, how are you really doing things that are better for your life? My mom always made me want to find my purpose in life. So I hope that you guys are doing the same. When you know your purpose, you become a better contributor to society as a whole and other people, as opposed to living a life where you're only solely focused on yourself and your immediate family and friends around you. And so I'm happy today that I was able to get in front of the camera and share this video. I tried it a few times. It did not go very well. So I'm happy I made it this far. I'm happy and hoping that I was able to help someone during their low. I hope that you guys will like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys later.